We continue to preview the 2025 college volleyball schedule. Our stop today is Southfield, Michigan, and we get to visit with the new head coach for the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils, Coach Gustavo Heidrich. Coach, stepping into that head coaching role, being a part of the coaching staff previously, talk about what it means to step up and move down the bench just a little bit.
I'm pretty happy. I think volleyball has been part of my whole life, so that has been one of my goals in the recent years. So I'm really excited to fill that role and like excited for the future as well.
Well, I know, Coach, that you've also played at Lawrence Tech, part of the men's volleyball program there. Tell us a little bit about your time then at LTU, what it was like to be a part of the athletic program.
Mhm. I think it was like an awesome experience. Was in transition from Lord's University to Lawrence Tech, and when I came in the first time at Lawrence Tech, I think was a different goal than what they are at right now. Now they are number three in the nation, so they have a very strong team. When I came here, we were trying to build that from the beginning. I think it was the second year of the program after not playing for 1 year. So was my best year playing wise, like stats, and like I felt the best physically, like mentally, and like my performance during the game. So was for sure a good choice. Like and I think I helped the program as much as I could, but the program also helped me. Like the first year that I played here, like was my like I said my best performance. I got Libero of the Year, was one of the best records, if not the best at the time for the school history. So was overall a very good season for me, and I think I helped the school as well. Mm.
Well, enough too that you made an impact on the entire athletic department, and they felt comfortable bringing you in not only as a graduate assistant, also part of the coaching staff, but then stepping
Mhm.
into that head coaching role. Let's look back to 2024 with the women's volleyball program. Them as we're discussing now, 13-13 overall. 10-8 in Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference play. Tell us a little bit about last season.
Yeah, I mean, when we make a overall analysis of last year, the season itself, I don't think it finished the way we wanted it to be, but I feel that in my small experience as a coach, every coach thinks like they could do a little better if something have happened, like those ifs. I think we started the season very strong. Like we started maybe 9-1 or even 10-1, which was very good conference wise. Which was like a reflection of like the girls' work during preseason and like all their focus on listening to the coaching staff and like their hard work overall. We did very well in that beginning, and then like we finished 13-13, like you said. So like we had a bad run in that middle where we have like two of our stars injured, and that for sure affects the performance of the team as well. We couldn't really deal with the frustration of like not being like that 10-1 team anymore. So I think that kind of brought us down a little bit. We did have a very good playoff match against Cornerstone in the quarterfinal, where we won at their place after losing like a conference match there a week ago. So like we went there and like we beat them. I think it was 15-12 or 15-13 in the tie break, which was like an awesome match for us. And then we ended up playing Aquinas in the semis, where they have a very strong team at their home, and we still I think we played well, but we couldn't take them down. And of course, if we had won a few more games before, we could have taken the other routes where we could play the semis against Siena or Indiana Tech, and maybe Aquinas just in the final, where we would have a spot on nationals by going to the final. Um, and I think that's the analysis, like a strong start, and then in the middle through injuries and maybe not being able to keep it up the level that we were playing before, went down a little bit, and then we came back strong in the playoffs, which was a little bit too late for us, unfortunately. But we had a group of seniors. I think we graduated 8 from varsity last year,
Mhm.
and I don't think they've had that of that successful season before in the 3 years that they were here before, 3 or 4, depends on the like the fifth year players. So I think overall successful, and like for sure they help build a strong base for the future.
Coach, from last year's team too. I know some of the players are coming back. You talked about quite a class of seniors that
Mhm.
graduated, and moved on, but there are a number of players coming back. So let's look at 2025 now. Among those returning, and tell us a little bit about your offense. Maria Trevino Nunez was a sophomore last season, and she wound up seeing a lot of court time out there. One of your leaders then on attacking the ball and putting points on the board for you all. Tell us a little bit about what the offense is going to look like in the fall of 2025.
Mhm. So the offense, of course, you mentioned Maria. She's a key player for that. That's for sure. She's stepping up in a more talkative leadership role right now as she's becoming older, and I think this spring she's already showing that. Like she showed that every practice. So like I for sure trust her to be one of our leaders in the offense aspect. And like when we talk with Maria and like a ton of other players, of course we have a class coming up, but we can talk about that later. That also going to give competition to the people here. But like I said, we're talking to Maria and other players. Is like we always coach by intent, especially on the offensive aspect of things. Like she's a very consistent hitter, but like we want to have more shots in your book. Like you want to go line, you're gonna go to the right hand of the blocker. You want to have tips, throws, roll shots for tough situations as well. You want to come sharp angle, and that's not just for her; it's for everyone else. And then where we come as coaches and coaching staff is like, do you understand the decision that you're making, why we're making that decision, and then we get reps so that shot's more accurate. And then if you make a mistake going high cross and like it's high cross out by this much, you went over the block, a powerful swing, like what can I say, like we're gonna practice the shot so it's in. But like your decision making was there, like your shot was almost perfect, and like there's no reason for a coach to be upset with any swing like that. So that's the way I see. And like the offense also comes a lot from the setter and like how to distribute the players. And we've been practicing that in the spring a lot, like how to have like a handful of plays that the setter can does and the hitters understand you are there and doing that scenario that's like he slides with the middle blocker, so we can have a big coming up in the middle back and then an outside swing, or like having the deep ball as well, having a faster offense overall that helps us scores, and also an active setter when she's from row. That's all things that are parts of the offense that we are looking forward to get better in this spring and like apply for next year, of course.
Absolutely. We're visiting now with Coach Gustavo Heidrich from Lawrence Tech as he is heading into his first season as the head coach there. And I look back again in 2024, Nicole Hughes, one of the players from last season, she'll be a part of the roster again this year. She was strong in the middle for you. Tell us a little bit about the defense. She's coming back and more.
Yeah, I mean, Nikki's awesome. Like her personality is amazing. She's so energetic and positive. Of course, like we want to talk about volleyball, but I feel that those aspects also play a big role in the team. And she's like, um, she doesn't rest. She's always like motivating her teammates, like going in all the time, communicating 100% of the time. Like I couldn't ask anything else from a middle blocker like her. Besides, she's very technical. So if there's a ball that needs to be set out of system, she's there and put always a perfect ball. Communicating out of system players, covering all the time, and like those are pretty important parts in the game, for my understanding of what volleyball is like. Going more towards your question in the defensive aspect, it's for sure like the blocking, footwork, and the understanding of the game. Now we are more focused on the technique rather than analyzing the other team tendencies and things like that. Of course, we let them know on those. She's a very good jumper and she has strong hands, so she for sure helps with our defense and being a leader in the block, because in the blocking system. Because of course we can have a game plan, but a lot of times in the game there's small situations that you can pick up when a hitter is down, and then you can go to the other one to make a smart play. I think Nicole has this understanding. Besides, she's very active on doing everything, so she helps the whole system working a little bit better. Besides being an awesome example of hard work and communication and positiveness, I would say, to everyone coming in. So she's for sure like a primary piece for next year, and also like an awesome character as well. And just following up a little bit on defense, Like, of course, the middle blocker is a big part of that, but also the defensive system that we're building for this spring, to like to apply in the fall. So like I said, we have a ton of people coming in, so we have a strong system where people can just fill in where needed, and then we have a strong system already. That's I think that's what I see. It's the most important thing.
Yeah, you mentioned that, Coach, a strong class coming in. How do you feel about that? Were you able to be a good part of the recruiting factor at that point? I know part of the program too, but you've had to shift gears a little bit, taking it more from the GA standpoint to the head coach standpoint. Tell us a little bit about that class coming in, as you've mentioned.
Mhm. Yeah, I was in charge of the recruiting before, so like I recruited most of the class. Maybe out of the nine that we have, recruited eight, and like participated in the other one that that was there, of course. So like I was in charge of most of the recruiting. Those are people that I found great for the program. It's my first recruiting class, so I'm probably gonna have a lot to learn from that. But I think especially in the NAIA level, or maybe in the D1 level, D2 level as well, the people that you bring in like builds the program. Like it's not my program, it's not the coach's program, it's not the school's program. It's like the athletes, coach, the school all together. Like we have the program, and if I bring in the right people, they help me build a stronger program. And I think I put a lot of thought in whoever I'm bringing in. Either like in a volleyball perspective, they are very good volleyball players, and everyone that is coming has the potential to either start or to fight for a starting spot in their freshman year. So that brings like a crazy competition in the gym that I don't know if we had that before. And that's very exciting for me. I think competition is great for positions. If you win your battles to play, you for sure are readier to play the game when like those tough moments come. So like volleyball wise, they're great for the program. Also, they are good people for the school. Like they fit in here. Like we are very specific and unique in the way we recruit people that are very driven in their careers, that care about their field of study, not just to play volleyball and get a degree on the side. They got to be driven in every single aspect to be good for Lawrence Tech, as our academics are quite challenging. And like we have those people, so they're gonna. I feel that they're gonna fit in really quickly, and like I'm really excited for them to be here.
It does look to be a very strong academic school, Coach. You
Hmm.
see the girls on the roster there with some uh, very, very challenging majors and
Hmm.
things in which they want to get their degree. Well, I know you're looking ahead then to this season. Of course, things get underway for you all in the fall. A couple of pre-conference tournaments. You'll get things started in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and then the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference schedule gets underway. You all host Madonna, and that's what you were talking about last year. You know, started off strong, didn't finish as strong as you wanted to. Give us just a little bit of a preview of what 2025 might look like.
Yeah. So right now, our first tournament, preseason tournaments in August 21st, and then we play until the 23rd. That's our first preseason tournament where we play very good teams outside of our conference. That's gonna be in the preseason. We practice really strong. We go twice a day, many days of preseason, not every day, of course. Like the girls need rest, but we do a lot of technical work in the morning, fixing technique, getting reps, so you're sharp. And in the afternoon, we go more through like jumping in game situations like that. And then we hope to have at least not a lineup, but like something that I can see happening in the way I want to play. And then like those preseason tournaments, I don't like playing my starting players every single match, because I think preseason is a good chance to see different lineups, how people like match with each other, and also give a few opportunities to people, of course, that are fighting for his spots. Not like just give opportunity just because like I want to rotate the team, but like give a fair chance for people that are right there for their positions, and see like different systems. Like the NAI give us like a ton of possibilities with the subs. So like the 6-2,
Yeah.
the 5-1, GS is not GS is having the outside hitting the big, or having a DS that brings us more defense. And then like all those things, how the team responds in those situations, like serving subs or not, how they respond in tough situations. That's like they go for the preseason, and then like you said, we play Madonna on September 3rd at home, and I think Madonna, like any other team in our conference, or most of them, like we have a very leveled conference. So like there's no easy nights here. Everywhere that you go, it's like it's a battle, which makes for me way more entertaining and like and fun to coach at this level. But like there are no easy games, either if they're coming to your home or if you're going to theirs. Like it's a tough match, and Madonna for sure has been like not a rival, but like has we have been playing them very competitively in the last 2 years that I've been here. So I don't expect to have an easy game by any means, and it's just going to be a good competition to start the year. That's for sure.
All right. Well, we look forward to following Lawrence Tech athletics with Coach Gustavo Heidrich, new head coach there for the Blue Devils. Congratulations on your opportunity, Coach. And as I said, we will follow you. Thank you very much for taking time with us today here on the Summit as we preview the 25 volleyball season.
Thank you. I appreciate the time as well.